The following podcast is intended for mature audiences. If you enjoy our work, please like, comment, subscribe, and follow the links in the description. Thanks for your support, and enjoy.
Greetings and salutations, listener. It is I, Eric J. Chucci, joined as always by fucking the boy.
Hello.
This is the Two Nerds Podcast. This week we're discussing whatever it says below this video. Or, if you're watching this far into the future, wherever. The side is probably the next place they need to put it, aligned vertically.
No. Do it once along the top, aligned horizontally, and then once down the side with the first letter in the same place, aligned vertically.
Yeah, that's just stupid enough to be the case. You know, I don't care where it is, honestly. I'm used to the new YouTube layout. I miss the colors. I say new. It's been the same for months, years, possibly even. I miss the different colors, but otherwise it's fine. It's clean lines. It looks good. Kind of sucks on mobile.
Yeah, it does kind of suck on mobile.
Because if you want anything other than recommended videos, you spend at least 5 seconds.
Scrolling down.
At least 10 seconds going, oh, what the... Where is... Fuck it.
And then you don't get the thing because you've given up. So, we had a bunch of video games we wanted to talk about in the last podcast if we didn't have enough time on WWE 2K17, and then we filled lots of time on that and could have gone farther.
Yeah.
So we're going to cover those in this podcast because, well, we went from having basically none of the video games to play, nothing new, nothing interesting, nothing we haven't told you about before, to a bunch all at once. So,
because this is the Two Nerds Podcast, bleeding edge of stuff, it is... only the newest and finest of video games that have just come out this week. Actually, you know what? Fuck it. Let's make it topical so I can make a really misleading header image.
Clickbait.
Did y'all see the Walking Dead? Negan's a funny guy. I like him.
He makes good jokes. There's spoilers involved in the jokes, except for one, and it's a pun. And I normally hate puns, and I fucking love that pun. It's the best pun of all time. He, you know how they've been teasing he's gonna murder a person? Well, I mean, he does. And then at the end, he's finished pulping their head into cherry jello. And then he goes something along the lines of, Lucille's still thirsty. She a vampire bat, and I lost my shit. I don't even care about that show.
I don't either.
The events of the most recent episode literally just checked me out of the show completely. I think I'm done, y'all. But by God, if she a vampire bat, not the funniest goddamn line in that show in literally seasons.
Negan A+ top class. I am disheartened because at some point this season they will make him go too far so that you can't like him anymore, and then Rick will have to, I don't know, rub his dick on him gently or something.
You know what? I don't even care.
Let him kick him in the teeth.
You know what? Negan wins. Rick works for Negan now. Got a much needed kick in the ass and a much needed lesson on what exactly a real hard ass looks like. A spoiler alert. And then he works for Negan now. He gives him his tribute. Negan is the king of everything, and he ends up the leader of the New World Order. He wins. Negan wins. Done. Yeah. Show's over. Good. I'm done.
Cool. So, back to video games. Y'all came here thinking the title. No.
Enjoy that.
You suckers.
Enjoy that clickbait, son.
Anyway, video games.
Yeah, video games. So, there's a game that I had, for some reason, just not played for a long time, even though I had a new computer that was able to play at max settings and such. And I finally decided, on a whim, I decided to download it. It's called Warframe. It's an MMO. Its base mechanics are super fun. Its maps are highly repetitive.
Oh my god.
I think there are 3 maps. Its base mechanics are super fun, and I get to be, a super cool bow ninja. And look, if you're a long-time Two Nerds podcast listener, and I recently looked at our metrics, and by God, if you're here, you are. You know that I like bow guys for reasons I'm not fully cognizant of myself. So that's super fun. But, like, I've been playing it, and it's fun, and it's cool, and the mechanics are good. But to get anything, you need their premium currency. And the only way to get their premium currency is either to spend real money or to be high enough level that you can get it off the auction house or to get super lucky. And, like, to get high enough level that you're getting stuff off the auction house, you kind of have to buy some stuff. So it's free with quotation marks.
Which, I mean, this is not a household that, begrudges a free game.
No, absolutely not. That's their model. I'm not saying it's a bad model.
Yeah.
I'm saying it's not the model that I hoped for.
I'm kind of saying it's a stupid model. But, listener, if you choose to become a viewer, there are 2 videos of me playing Warframe and being violently dissatisfied by it.
But you tried it again recently.
I did. They changed the controls, and a lot of the issues I was having they fixed. Now, that being said, you can also get stuff in-game, but you have to play it so fucking much. And he's not wrong, man. I logged in, and I was like, yeah, I'll play, because I want to play with my friend The Boy. We're friends. We like to do stuff together. At least that's what it says in the script. But
hey! Ooh, getting real. Real on the Threads podcast.
Nah, but I was like, I'll play a little bit without him. I was a little bored, didn't want to start anything, like, grand. So I logged in and went to a level, and, like, I swear to God, I walked down the same fucking hallway to a dead end that looked the same as the rest of the dead ends 9 goddamn times.
It's like, there are 3 maps. There are exactly 3.
They are not terribly diverse. Like, the ones
to
you
be fair,
start in...
I'm on, like, the first thing on the second planet. There might be more shit later, but... Oh boy, I mean, look...
I mean, that's a bad time to start being repetitive.
And I really enjoyed the solo campaign. I enjoyed the campaign
the
section
tutorial-y bit,
up through the end of the first bit.
Yeah, that was creative.
Where you kill Captain Mushroom Face.
Johnny right side of my screen?
Yeah, Johnny right side of your screen. But then the game just sort of like, well, fucking Mass Effect. Here's the whole galaxy. Swim forever, asshole.
Yeah, except at Mass Effect and then also Dragon Age 2. Here's the whole galaxy. It consists of 4 dungeons.
Hey, yeah. But, like, there's no direction. I suppose there is a direction in that you unlock nodes when you do certain missions on them, and you unlock the next one in the chain. And then you unlock the next one in the chain, and then you unlock the next one in the chain. And to get to, like, Mars, you have to beat all the stuff on Venus, and I assume Mercury. Because the certain nodes don't unlock until you do. And I get it, but at the same time, boxes to tick off on a map are not interesting.
Well, and that's kind of where I'm sitting.
I kind of liked the story that was happening, and then you sort of stopped giving it to me.
And I'm sure there's more of it, but it's like, it seems like anything in Warframe requires dedication. And you know what? I could drop down, $10 I think, for a decent frame and that color palette of expanded colors and be like, yeah, now I look really cool, and I got wiggly tentacles or some shit. And different powers, but...
I like the base frame. It's very, like, sleek. The rhino horn head is a little weird, but...
okay, I could do that, but then why am I doing that? I'm not getting any... This isn't... I can run the same fucking WoW dungeon 9 times to level up through it, but this is tedious and annoying. And I don't know what the difference is.
The fun for me for Warframe comes from, like, basically enjoying a PC shooter again. I get to easily headshot stuff where I fucking can't do that on console shooters. I can't. I'm awful.
And I think we're kind of the opposite. I'm actually not terribly good at it on PC anymore. I'm sure I could get back up there, but I have zero desire to improve. However, we played Warframe, and then a couple days later I started grinding on the Overwatch Halloween shit, and, like, I expected there to be this wind-up time where I would be shitty. No, ma'am.
No.
So long as my team is not actively incompetent, and I'm not being an elitist, I mean, so long as my team isn't doing one of the following, which they frequently do. A, standing around doing nothing. Nowhere near the point. B, walking back and forth, hitting potentially destructible environment objects, nowhere near the point. Or C, sniping in an opposite direction to anything that would be helpful, slightly to the right of the point. So long as they're active and there, we usually win.
Whereas for me, console shooters, I haven't played Overwatch in a month or two, I think. I've just been doing other stuff. And not that I just like the
same.
game. But like,
well, the grind
I would be garbage for like a week. Just absolute garbage. I'm not good at console shooters. I never have been. But unfortunately, like, we can't do Overwatch on the PC because one of the PCs in the house won't run it. And the other one, I want to play with my friend White Raven. And I'm not willing to buy the game twice.
Yeah, I mean, it's...
But it's so... I'm looking for Paladins. Oh, it's an Overwatch ripoff. Oh, no, but it's also... No, it's like really early alpha or beta. I'm giving it some time. But it's free to play, so I don't have to buy it again. And it's Overwatch, apparently. And I wanted to play Overwatch on PC to see what it's like. So, I mean, I just win. They just made me an Overwatch that I can use without having to buy. And that's nice. I like that.
I'm not terribly interested.
No, but because you're not a PC shooter person.
Well, and I looked at the stuff, and it doesn't grab me.
That's fair. That's absolutely... I haven't looked at the stuff at all. I'm just interested in it for the mechanics.
Without mentioning a better podcast in our podcast, noted internet personalities said that it's not got the same sort of character resonance that Overwatch has. It's very, this is cool because you enjoy the mechanics, and really no other reason.
Which is kind of what I'm there for. So
yeah. So
I just... Warframe made me remember how much better I am and how much more fun I have playing computer games with, like, for shooting mechanics. I can just walk through a level just headshotting minions.
Yeah, whereas I'm like full chest, at best. I might have to hit him a couple of times, or I'll power slide through everything and just beat the shit out of it with my bow staff.
The spinning 360 no-scope power slide headshot is perhaps the best thing I've done in a video game in a long time.
But then a week later, I log into Overwatch, and I'm not just blowing smoke. You watch me do this. Get on Hanzo and snipe motherfuckers actively in the middle of a firefight.
Whereas I'm so god-awful. I don't play Hanzo. I don't. I hate playing Hanzo. I hate if I'm put in a situation where he'd be the best character, because I'm fucking god-awful at console shooters. My brain doesn't process the controller for that input. Like, I liked Halo on the console, but that's not, like, I imagine now if I played Halo on a PC, my mind would just explode.
Well, I mean, like, Halo is not a precision shooter.
No, it's not. And
I mean, not that Overwatch really is. They've got huge hitboxes, but Halo was a spray and pray sort of PvE kind of thing. It wasn't. I mean, even when you were playing PvP, let's be real here. You either got the needler and smoked a motherfucker, or you had the sword and smoked a motherfucker.
Because that's a melee thing. I get melee with the console.
Sure.
Honestly, melees, having played a lot of Skyrim on PC, I usually end up using a bow or magic because I'm playing a melee character right now specifically to try and get used to it, because melee is much easier from the controller. The reflexes, it's fighting games, I guess.
Well, Friday, we can play it on the console again.
That'll be fun. I'll see what the differences are between, like, the most ridiculous HD pack fucking highest frames per second Skyrim I can manage on my PC, and then the HD remaster for Definitive Edition, I think is what they're calling it, for Skyrim. I want to see what the difference is. I watched some people play it online earlier tonight. It looks about as good as mine.
That's cool.
Remains to be seen if it runs at 60, but... Because if it doesn't, it's garbage.
I don't give a fuck.
I didn't give a fuck until I saw the difference. I swear to God, I was like, that sounds like stupid. That sounds like garbage. That sounds like complete nonsense. It sounds like something that I could not possibly parse. And then I had a situation where there was where my Skyrim was running at 60, like normal, and then for whatever reason it jagged down to 30, and I felt like I was playing in soup. It was the worst.
I'll be honest with you, and I may come to change my mind later in
It's
life
such a
or something.
sharp difference.
But no, you're not wrong, and I don't like it.
You'd rather play.
It's too smooth.
You want to be in the soup?
I'd rather be in the soup.
And that's fair.
I feel comfortable in my soup.
That's fair. Look, some people are born nobility, PC master race. Some people are born console peasants. Okay, it is the way it is.
I got my Trubbish shirt on. I am garbage. You can't insult me.
Look, you be a farmer.
Hey, I got stench. You about to be
Damn it! You missed such an opportunity, but I don't think you could find anything that, like, I got stench that jingles.
No. I was gonna say you were about to flinch, because that's what stench does on your garbage door. There's a chance to flinch with all of your moves. I also got belch. I want to say.
Oh, you got belch
and gunk shot.
Look, I don't want to hear about your gunk shot.
That's dirty.
But anyway, Warframe reminded me how much I really, not only how much better I am at, like, mouse and keyboard shooters, but how much fun I have playing them, because I feel like I'm more in control of the experience.
Well, and don't get it twisted. I could enjoy a game like that, but Warframe, for all the changes its controls made, and you know what, I'll liken this to one of our other favorite topics. It's like the difference between Batman and the Infinite Sadness and the director's cut.
For all the changes they made.
It's less shit, but it is still just really flashy looking shit.
By the way, I am going to mention much more popular content in our content, because I really liked this, and it was a thing I discovered, and it's a less popular version of a content that I'm actually growing to despise. There's a YouTube channel. You guys know about Cinema Sins because you've been on YouTube before.
I don't like Cinema Sins at all.
No, it's nitpicker porn.
It's worse than that. Like, I mean, I nitpick, and when we criticize movies, you'll hear me on here a lot. You know,
and
I'll sit here and be like, I didn't like that this guy had too many pores, but otherwise A+ movie, because I need it for the fucking podcast. But if you can't be critical of art, it's hard to. Really
I mean, but they're
like, this guy has red hair.
Ding.
Fucking excuse me?
Or they'll say shit that's just wrong or implies they didn't actually watch the movie.
Yeah.
But anyway, there's another channel that does the opposite. Everything great about X. And in as much as there is a fucking schadenfreude-filled part of me that enjoys watching Cinema Sins about movies I despise. Yeah, they said the thing that agrees with the thing I believe. Yeah, I try and stomp down that part of my soul, but it exists, and sometimes you gotta let it run free, okay? And I choose very minor shit to let it do that with.
What Culture's my outlet for that? But
yeah.
It's usually things for like, Dan the Beast 7 is the greatest man to have ever lived. And I'm like, yes! Give me 10 facts about why I already know them.
What Culture did a video about why Roman Reigns shouldn't be hated. And I just clicked on it going, oh, nom, 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 nom. Confirmation bias, deliciousness, here I come! So, but I choose very minor, unimportant things to do that with. But I've decided that in any movie that I think is going to be just god-awful, before I watch it, I might start watching this first, because I like positive reviews, like I've mentioned on the podcast before.
Scooby-Doo has become our most watched video.
Yeah.
It has not even just our most watched podcast, it's gotten to the point where we're raw. We've gotten to kill all those qualifiers. It is straight up just our most watched video.
Yeah, because it's an overwhelmingly positive review of a thing which didn't get its fair shake.
Yeah.
And I like people who can tell me the good parts of something, because it's much easier to shit on something than it is to try and find constructive criticism or even something to praise.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying I agree with everything this guy says, because I don't. But he did a video on the director's cut of Batman and the Infinite Sadness, because that's its name now.
Tony for Batman and Superman Kill the Justice or something?
It's fucking Batman and the Infinite Sadness. He chose the director's cut because he agreed that the theatrical cut was a fucking garbage fire. And he felt the director's cut fixed a lot of the problems. I watched it. I listened to his opinions. I wasn't worried about spoilers because we already know Martha. It's okay. And he brought up enough points, one of which specifically around the Martha thing I violently disagreed with, but whatever, that I wanted to watch the movie. And I've never wanted to do that before for that movie. So I wanted to give him a shout out on our very small channel. It's much smaller than his, but still it's a thing I liked.
Ultimo Dragon, open up your ears. Once you're done with this podcast, in fact, go ahead and search it in a new tab right now. It's not like this is a video show. And then just leave it there, pause the autoplaying, subscribe to our channel video, and just go back there when you're done. It's called...
I think it's Everything Great with... It's the Cinema Wins is the name of the channel.
Cinema Win, that's clever.
It is very clever, and it's what drew me in was the clever name.
And fuck it, go to What Culture Wrestling too, and WCPW. I mean, it's not like they're small or anything, but they put on decent wrestling. And
hey, you know what? They'll benefit from the Two Nerds bump.
Yeah, that's 3 more views. We love you, Ultimo Dragon. Thanks for watching.
We do. We make jokes, but I genuinely cherish every view. I actually, like I mentioned, I went and looked at our shit before, and I saw how many people have listened to my dumbass talk, and it's not Markiplier numbers, obviously, but it's in the hundreds.
Sure.
And my brain just went, fucking what?
And especially the fraction of that amount that stays engaged and watches most of the way through. It's like, yeah, somebody gave a shit for most of our podcast.
There are at least a few people on Earth, besides my close friends and family, who give a remote fuck about what I have to say. That feels genuinely very nice.
About once a month, I will sell a book. Or rather, I'll get the receipt that's like, hey, we deposited this much into your account. And I'm like, that's about a book's worth. And, on one hand, man, I wish I made more money. You could help with that by following the links in the description. But on the other hand, it's like, oh, cool. I reached somebody else. And it's not somebody I fucking told, go buy a book. Well, not directly anyway, because I would know about it. They would ask me to sign it. But if, it's someone out there who was just like, Colt Regan, huh? Yeah, this looks fun.
It feels really nice.
Yeah, it does. So yeah, we are very grateful for you. But enough sucking your extremely championship-laden dick, Ultimo.
I see many little belts.
Sure, to go with the big belts.
Slightly smaller than the normal size, we'll say.
Will you?
I'm not going to imply they're little. I don't know how big Ultimo Dragon's dick is.
The normal size of belt, not the normal size of dick belts.
What is the normal size for dick belts?
Whatever Ultimo Dragon says it is. Anyway,
hey, there we go.
I have
enjoy that spike.
Played and beaten Chroma Squad in the last month, I'd say.
Oh, cool! You beat it?
Yeah.
I saw him playing it. This looks super fun.
It is. It's Brazilian and it's translated from Portuguese, so it's not 100%. But they make fun of it in the game. So it's nice, but it's a Sentai tactical RPG that is very tongue-in-cheek and very fourth wall breaky, and
is apparently now endorsed by fucking Namco, or not Namco,
whoever currently owns
Saban.
Power Rangers. I don't even know if it's Saban anymore. I forget who currently has the license, but whoever licensed them, it now has also licensed Chroma Squad.
It's probably still Saban,
which was like five Brazilian dudes, and that's just amazing. Such a small team getting that much play is just fantastical. But it's fun. It's not anywhere near as complicated or as in-depth as, say, Final Fantasy Tactics. But, I was feeling that tactical itch. And that pretty much scratched it. It was a fun story. It was cute. There's a lot of customization. And I really took advantage of that. If there's anything bad I have to say about it, it's that the mech fights get really fucking tedious, because it's like after a certain point in the game, almost all of the missions end in a mech fight.
Well, it's a fucking Sentai series.
Sure, but also after a certain point in the game, the mechanics of those fights aren't going to change, and they didn't change that much in the first place.
So, oh good, now is the time in which I press A, B, A, B.
I mean, yeah, and it's on a console, or not a console, but on computers. Actually, it's coming to consoles, and I believe cell phones soon, so keep an eye out for that.
That seems like a good cell phone game.
Oh, hell yeah. Little short missions, micromanagement. It's fun. I really dig it. And there's multiple paths. I don't have the patience right now to play through those mech segments again, but it seems the story actually very much differentiates, and there's different endings based on what decisions you make. I love that. It's a really well made game.
Neat.
Yeah,
I'm super happy about that. It's a game I will probably end up playing eventually, like Warframe, 3 years from now.
yeah.
We also got a Wii U. That happened. We previously didn't want to get one because, well, we were only really going to have one game for it, and we could buy Smash for the DS, but we didn't end up playing Smash for the DS a lot. It ended up being kind of a pain in the dick. Because every time I started it, it would need 6 updates, it would take 30 minutes, and it just ended up being too inconvenient to actually use.
Yeah, I mean, like, when we play Pokemon together, we're registered at each other's friend things. We just get on the Pokemon, and I'm like, hey, you want to trade? Hey, do you want to do this? I think we even battled once. But to play Smash together had so much rigmarole, and then there was the idea of DLC. And while I would love to have characters like Cloud, and I'm sure you'd love to have Roy again, and some of the other cool guys, Ryu and shit like that they brought in, the idea of paying for it twice, especially with it expensive as it is.
No thanks, buddy.
Yeah.
But then Mario Maker came out, and that's 2 games for the Wii.
Well, and I really want to play Hyrule Warriors.
Is apparently enough to justify a purchase of a Wii U.
I'm not even done yet. I really want to play Hyrule Warriors. Super Mario 3D World came out, and that looks really fucking good.
Mario Maker's fucking fun.
It is.
Also, I want to stab him now.
Well, and it's been out for a year. Like, I've been going through a year of watching Markiplier and Game Grumps and Pro Jared and all these other talking heads play and make Mario Maker levels, and I'm like, this is everything I've ever wanted. So, it's...
And he made one, and I felt your... Aaron Hansen, I know you're one of the listeners. I know you put this on in your drive from your home to Grump Studios, and I appreciate it. I felt your fucking rage. I felt it was so pure. There came a moment during that level where I legitimately would have stabbed someone to beat the level.
Well, and here's the funny thing. Like, I'm sitting on the couch, and it took me probably about 4 hours in total to make this level. And this was like the first thing I did. I sat down, I kind of fucked with it for a little while, got my bearings. Like, I unlocked shit as I made this level. And, it might have taken more like 6 hours. I was at it for a while. But it was the first thing I did. And I'm not great at video games. I know earlier in the podcast I was just talking about how awesome I am at Overwatch. I am fully mediocre. I am on the good end of mediocre. I'm okay. A good teammate. I cannot carry the team.
But you're not going to drag it down?
No, I will not drag it down either.
And I won't either, so long as I'm not playing a character who has to aim, which is why I play fucking Reinhardt.
And Bastion.
And Bastion. And Symmetra. And Torbjorn. Look, if I have to aim, we're all fucked, okay? I'll play Mei. It's cool.
Oh, man, I was fucking sniping people with Mei earlier today. I got
with
aggro.
The ice spike?
Yeah, I was aggro as hell. We were playing on... the Japanese map.
Shit, I remember that. I fucking pull off my headphones from listening to some YouTube video, and he's just saying, like, shit I can't repeat on the podcast. Just fuck me, dude.
I had a rough Sunday, and it carried over into my Monday. But I digress. Anyway, I don't claim to be good at video games. I never have. I don't beat things fast. I don't expect to be good at video games. I mean, I've always impressed my mother with my Mario skills, but that's my mom.
It's your mom. I can't imagine that counts to anyone.
And really, all it is just like twitch reflexes and being willing to be reckless.
And that's the thing, because I know my twitch reflexes are faster than yours. Because we play fighting games. That's the advantage that I have.
Right.
Your timing is better than mine. My twitch reflexes are faster than yours. That's where we even out. But you are so much hilariously better than me at Mario that this level you were like, oh yeah, it seems fine. It's kind of a challenge. You gotta think a little bit. Gotta use the old noodle, but it should be fine. Meanwhile, everyone in the fucking living room is trying it because his mom came over and Brandy tried it, and everyone's like just cursing his fucking name like he's a super villain.
And I'm like, I'm stunned. I can't believe that this is hard. I'm not like trying to be the bad guy and I'm like, oh yes, you found this devious trap. Because I did leave one. Because there's this huge pit. I like to be very decorative with my levels. I like to add a lot of ambiance and shit.
No, don't tell them the trap. If they find the level, they need to experience it organically because it's amazing.
Okay. Alright, that's fair. But, so look me up, check out my level. I don't have the code for it on hand, otherwise I'd give it to you. I'd check the Wii U gamepad and give it to you now, have the boy loaded up, but it's dead. So, sorry. Maybe I'll post it on social media or something.
I'm putting a link in
me
the
on
description
Twitter.
or some shit.
No, I'm not going to do that. But follow me on Twitter and I'll post it eventually when I finish my next level. I'm about halfway done with that one. This one has branching paths.
Ooh.
Fuck. I think the third one I try might have more than one room. But anyway. Yeah, I couldn't believe how difficult it ended up being for people.
And I ended up beating it. I eventually beat that fucking level.
There was a point, my favorite point, and I say this not to make fun of you.
No.
I say this because I love a genuine reaction. You guys remember that series that I never finished? There's a part toward the end of the level. When you're in the new Super Mario Brothers style, which this level is in, it uses the beautiful crystal underground, just because I thought it was really pretty. There's a part where you can clear the last jump without doing the little twirly jump. But it's way easier if you do the little twirly jump. You don't have to know that's what you're doing. It's just this huge, long leap. And to make matters worse, there's a Lakitu flying around, or Lakitu, or whatever the fuck his name is, throwing bombs, I believe. And so, boy gets this part, and he makes the jump. And he hits the edge of the cliff with his face. And the most genuine "no" comes out of his mouth, just loud and full of like blue-balled rage.
and then I wall jump off to the opposite edge of the jump in the hopes that I could maybe like get some momentum and jump up. And that's not how Mario works, but my brain didn't process it. It was just like natural twitch reaction. And then as I'm jumping back, I say no again. And then I hit the wall again, slightly lower. And this happens like 5 or 6 times before I'm eventually out. When it's just me going, no, no, no. That's the moment. That's the moment, Aaron. That's the moment that I'd have killed someone.
You had to start back at the halfway point and deal with those Hammer Brothers again. And the Buzzy Beetle cannons. Oh. It was... That game is so supremely satisfying. And I've played a bunch of levels myself, and I love the creativity that goes into it. I love being able to see the ingenious ideas that other people come up with. I played a couple of one-screen puzzles. Those were pretty hard, but I made it through all but one of them, and that's because the jump was just really difficult. And I think it required one of those super secret Mario techniques, like if you crouch while jumping on this thing and pushing right, you will kind of glitch float through this thing. No. Regular gameplay, please. Like, my level has a portion where if you are large Mario, you need to crouch jump through a tiny tunnel that is too small for him.
There was also a portion where if you're a large Mario, you can no longer crouch jump through the small portion.
Well, you need to get a big running start, and it's kind of a pain in the ass. If I ever feel like re-uploading the level with some fixes, I will fix that point to make it a bit easier on you. But it's still possible. It's just frustrating. And for people, I guess, who aren't as good as Mario as me, probably just easier if you kill yourself.
Yeah, even that's actually kind of difficult at that point level. So yeah, no, I'm fully ready to admit I am not as good at Mario as you. Because Jesus Christ, what you thought was a medium challenge? No, no sir. I'm not bad at Mario, and I wanted to stab you.
And I loved the collective like breath of relief the couple times I died on my level. Like, I don't know if you guys all thought I had just breezed through it with, like, effortlessness or something, or like I'd hidden a secret door like some kind of asshole. I didn't. There was a secret star, but if you pay attention to what's going on, you'll find where that star is. Not the boy, though. He was just mad. As his current glare dictates. So we've been playing anything else? It doesn't seem like we played a little bit of Smash, but not really enough to get into it. It's so beautiful.
It's so cool. It's so beautiful, and I like it a lot.
I can't wait to make levels in that.
It's great. We have the classic Nintendo controllers, and I already retrofit my controls so that they make sense to my GameCube controller indoctrinated Smash brain. And it's nice to be able to play it with the right controls again. It's nice to be able to play like Pac-Man, who's one of my new favorite characters, with and the giant screen. And
yeah, being able to play those big levels that were basically impossible on the handheld.
Or being able to play we can make custom levels again, and those were always super fun in previous Smash games. And it's great to have back because Smash was a big part of our fighting game becoming friends.
Yeah. Smash and Soul Calibur, basically.
Yep. And it's nice to have Smash back in that rotation.
Mm-hmm.
And next time we do a fighting game tournament, we don't have to break out the goddamn DS.
Nope, just gotta fire up the old Wii U. Of course, I get my Wii U, and then the next week they announced the Nintendo Switch, but I'm okay with holding off on that.
I mean, that's how it works.
Yeah. Hey, that's fine. You know what? The releases have been, I think, one this month and then one last year around this time, and it was a slow trickle down until then. But they're still making games for the Wii.
They made a game for the Wii this month?
Yeah, it was like it was a multi-platform game, and they went ahead and made a Wii version.
Huh.
I mean, this is the first game in literally a year for the Wii, but it was there.
That's fucking weird.
And it was just last year that they stopped. It was in 2015, around October-ish.
God, it's been a long time since the Wii came out. I didn't even think about that shit.
This console lifespan wasn't as long as I would have liked, but then I remember that we had the Xbox One for almost a full year before we had a game for it.
Because we got it when it came out, and then we didn't have any games we wanted to play for it until we got it when Dragon Age with Inquisition was announced.
Basically. In contrast to the Wii U, where I was like, this stupid controller thing is fucking stupid and don't like it.
How do you feel about the Wii gamepad now, sir?
I don't like it when it makes things, what's the word? Unbalanced, odd. Like that one monster game, Evolve.
Oh, asymmetrical.
Asymmetrical, thank you. I don't like it when it makes things too asymmetrical.
Like the person with the gamepad has just an advantage in a thing.
Or they have to do an extra thing, or they have to be the DM and everyone else is the player sort of thing.
I don't know, asymmetrical gameplay has its place.
Yeah, it does, but it's
not what you're into.
Not exactly what I was looking forward to. I like the Nintendo Switch mindset of it. That if you feel like playing Xbox, you can switch over to the Xbox input on our TV. I can sit on the couch and still design a Mario Maker level, or fucking play Smash Brothers, or
when we get the eventual Mario 3D, you can just play that.
Yeah, or I can load up my because my mom did some looking into it. It's backward compatible with the Wii Shop and Wii games.
So you have a bunch of Wii games.
Yeah, I got all kinds of shit I can do.
And you can just play you can just play Golden Axe if you wanted.
Or the Final Fantasy IV the After Years that I bought and never got around to playing. Or fucking Comic Zone. Or fucking spend $10 and buy Eternal Champions and play the shit out of that.
It's an excellent tool to have in the toolbox of a family that has a lot of video games and a lot of screens, but not enough televisions to play all the video game consoles at once.
Yeah. So I dig it. I think it's going to do a lot. And it's got a headphone jack on it, which is more than you can say for an iPhone.
Oh! You know what else it doesn't do? Literally blow the fuck up.
Which is more than you could say for an iPhone.
Hey!
Yeah, was there anything else we've been playing? I don't think so.
I mean, here and there, I played some Skyrim last night, but that's just to wind down. I still Playing League of Legends.
I don't play as much League.
Playing the old League of Legends.
I'm winding down on Marvel for now.
Until the rework comes through.
Yeah, until the rework comes through. I'm sure we'll do a podcast
I mean,
on
I played it for a couple days, fairly intensely, actually.
When the Luke Cage thing
When
dropped.
they gave me Luke Cage for free.
and if they give me...
Look, you want to give me Iron Fist for free? I'll be back on your doorstep.
I have.
You want to give me Doctor Strange for free?
Yeah, if they give me Doctor Strange, I'll play again.
You give me Doctor Strange for free, I'll be right back there. I'll come home after watching Doctor Strange, and I mean, I'm gonna love it. I mean, let's be real. I'm kind of a Marvel movie fanboy at this point.
I never knew quite how little I give a shit about DC until the world, like, at large started getting into the slightly more expanded universe of DC. And let me tell you, son, this is a separate podcast, and I'm not going to get deep into it right now, but my God, do I not care about so many of those characters.
That is a separate podcast. It's good not to have to think of a podcast for next week.
Well, next week is Hell in a Cell.
So 2 weeks then.
Yeah. Unless
awesome.
a movie comes out or something, or we forget, which is entirely likely. Whatever it is we talk about.
Everything's better when nerds talk about it.
Fuck it, let's get hardcore!